If you listen, you will hear me stomp onto the mounting block. That is not because I'm heavy-footed. It's actually my come to the mounting block cue.
See if I can ask him to step over the mounting block. He should know how to do this. It's wobbly mounting block. I thought I stabilized it. So definitely not going to try to jump on him with a wobbly mounting block. Okay, it looks better. So I do the mounting block as its own thing. I don't make it about riding. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I finally got him lined up to the mounting block. I'm going to get on him because, you know, he moves every time and I finally got him to stand still. I don't want the mounting block to mean riding to my horses. I want it to just be a place where I rub on them, be a place where they come and do something they know how to do, and they're proud of themselves for knowing how to do it. It can't be only associated with riding, so I make it from the beginning not ever associated with riding, so that way when they're little, he doesn't have any idea about riding yet, but he knows about the mounting block. Follow the feel, follow the feel, follow the feel. Good job. The stomp on the mounting block should be what calls him over. Kiss him up, step up. He's not paying attention to me, so I'm not thinking this is going as well as it looks like it's going. He's busy looking up there, so his distraction, like old days of starting horses, you'd have somebody like feeding a horse grain and some other person climb on the horse, and then all of a sudden the horse would go, holy crap, somebody's on me, and then the real rodeo begins. So I know he's distracted. By his distraction, I know that wasn't really as successful as it might have looked. You walk away. You let them soak on what you just did. You don't stay there and just drill and drill and drill. I let them walk away. I let them just kind of unwind, soak on what we just did. I don't spend a lot of time going, no, we're finally here. Let's do it. We gotta spend all our time just getting it done. I take them for walks. I let them soak on things. I might say, hey, when we're over here, I noticed that you had that problem with following the feel. What about, can you do that again? Can you do that again and have a better understanding? Can you follow that feel? Can you follow that feel? Good job. So he doesn't know the mounting block the other way, but I do want to see him. So he's probably going to spin around. If he does, I'm not going to make him wrong for knowing his job, right? But he's got to finish his job if he's going to start doing it like he knows. So I'm poking his face to tell his face to go that way so his tail can come this way. So I'm kind of, you're not done.
I tap his cheek to encourage his face to turn away. That helps him know that he still needs to step over to me more.
Pay attention to me on this side. The other horses are moving. You're not paying attention to me on this side. Can I sit up here? Good. So, one of the reasons that I strongly promote letting me raise your horse is because this stuff isn't hard for them, because there's so much trust and consideration already established between myself and the horse when I have them from a young age, that I don't really, it's kind of like they're like, oh, finally, now we can go places together. I don't think I've ever, from one I've raised, I've ever gotten on one and thought, oh man, they're crazy. But I've started horses that I didn't raise. Okay, so this time I might ask him to walk away with me, But before I ask him to walk away with me, I'm going to just sit here for a second again and remind him that means walk forward, right? Because once I'm on him, I don't want him to suck up. I don't want him to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't understand that one, right? So then I might come over here. Back, back, good, over, good. Hi, what is that craziness? Good, good. Oh, 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 good. I don't think either camera saw that, but that's okay. He didn't do a good one when he stopped, but I did get him to stop, like, to the word ho. So now he's acting a little like, sure, I'll go for a walk if it takes me back to the gate. I don't know that that's necessarily the only way I'm going to get him to walk off. If that was the case, then I would move my mounting block in different locations so that we can get longer and longer walks. I don't want him always just taking me back to the gate. But at first, walking with weight on his back is all I care about right now. Where we go isn't that important. Good. Okay. Good. I'm not on very well, so I'm going to slide off before it scares him. Good, good. What? Can I do that a little tighter on that side? I think I'm coming up pretty high on this side. Oh, yeah. Wait. So I'm only going to do it a little bit tighter just so it doesn't slip like it just did. So he may feel it as a new grip on him because it's tighter than it was. So, you might say, all right, that's tighter. See if you mind how that feels when it's that tight. If he were to suddenly jump, obviously, I would push off and try to avoid getting jumped on. But I'm backing up, which is a draw. I'm drawing him to my belly button. So that's his mark. So he should keep coming to my belly button as I draw him. Good. Okay. So I was slipping. The pad was slipping. There's no reason to try to hang on for that. Mounting block's in a good spot, buddy, so I'm going to keep it right there. I was going to move it, but back, back, back. Good. Over. Over. Hey, still talking to you. You know this game. Over. Hey, over. Good. Okay, it's better. This is a better one. So let's see if I can kind of control where we go. Hi, I'm up here. Remember, I didn't want him to not know what to do when I kiss. Good. Can I steer him to the right so he can see me out of his right eye? Good. Steer him to the left. Good. Can I ask him to hoe? Oh. Good job. What a good guy. So now I'm going to start preparing him for feeling me swing my leg over. So, no. So I might tell him, hey, you need to get back here. No one said leave. So bring a little urgency to that. Then the calm feels better. Back. over, over, over. So when he's here finally, then the calm feels better. So because he had kind of a misunderstanding of what we're supposed to be doing right here, I'm going to associate it with having, every time I brought him here so far in the last 10 times has been I've gotten on him. So this time I'm not going to. This time I'm going to be like, oh, are you making a connection you don't like? Let's not sour that. Let's go for a walk. Because his mounting block got a little broken there, right? So when things get broken, you fix the broken parts. You don't just move on and say, I'll fix that tomorrow or whatever. If it's broken right now, I want to fix it right now. Back. So I shouldn't have kissed. That means go forward. Over. Over. So I'm bumping his neck, mainly because he knows this, so I'm being a little more insistent. Hey. Over. Over. Good. So because maybe he's still feeling a little sour because that meant me climbing on him, maybe this time I'll walk off too, but I'm going to do a little, can I put my leg up here? Can I make you feel like, what if I swung my leg over your back? Would that make you jump? And then we'll go for a walk. Just decided I wanted to scratch him with my leg today, that's all. So if we don't have a broken mounting block this time, then we'll keep moving on. Back, back. Good. Over. Hey, still talking to you. Hey, so outside rein cue means bring your tail over, over. Hey, 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 over. Over, good. Over, good. 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 All right. You're all right. You're all right. Oh. 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 I want to stay on him till he stops. So I got a little worried with my back foot, bouncing on his rump. Not sure if he was just misinterpreting that as a driving cue or if he got worried. It's hard to say what brought up the speed. He's a good baby. He's a good baby. You're doing so good. You're doing so good. You're doing so good. Yes. Over. Over. The mounting block, bareback pad shifted again. Hey, hey, come on. Still talking to you. You know this game. Nope, 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 nope. Over. Good. Good. Good.
I climb on like I'm giving him a full body hug before I sit up. If he were to jump, even with my legs swung over, I'm still in a good position to roll back off. This is my first time sitting on Dewey. You want to rub them all over, especially across the rump. Remember, you have to swing a leg back across the rump to get off. You don't want them to forget that sensation before you go to get off.
So that would be considered your first ride. Successful first ride. Sat on him, legs on each side. Didn't have to move. Breathing harder now because adrenaline is always part of this, and you just have to learn how to control whether or not your adrenaline is negatively impacting your horse. So now I got somebody pulling over watching today. You get all kinds of distractions, hon. All kinds of distractions today. But you're doing great. You're doing great. We can soak on that for a second. Maybe they'll move on. Fix this anyway. Yeah. Oh, good. They're moving on. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. Good. Oh, oh. So we gotta fix this, right? That can't be part of it for him. He can't think, you're shuffling that around on me. I'm scared. I'm gonna run around. It can't be him. Good. Ho, ho, ho. I'm not just gonna, while he's moving around, try to get it done. I'm gonna work on the thing that's broken, which is his understanding of standing still. Right? That's what got broken just now. Make sure that didn't suddenly feel tighter than he was dealing with before, and that all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I'm scared, right? Anytime you adjust your girth, your cinch, take him for a little. How does that feel? Is that pinching you worse than it was before? Is that going to cause you to bring out your first buck? We don't want any bucks, but we certainly want to make sure if you're going to have your first buck, it's not with me on you. So I do a lot of breathing to kind of control my feelings. Can impact the horse, and we don't want any of that. Good. Want to be able to throw the reins over their head. Good. Good. He was even hung up on his ear.
I use my knee to bump his shoulder away from the mounting block. I need his rump
so this is where I would do a gentle kiss,
so I redirect his shoulder with my knee.
Up. Good. I just want him to take one step. So he's distracted. He's looking up the hill at horses that he used to buddy up with. So I know he's not paying attention to me. With that distraction, I need to be careful that I don't misunderstand that distraction as being focused on me. Can we go for a walk? Yeah, it's me up here. How crazy is that? Huh? Don't want to stay here too long. Yep. Good. See if I can get him to ho, 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 ho. So I might today just do that a couple more times just to see if I can get him to walk off with me sitting on him. And I would call that a good first start day. Right? We'd call that a good first start day. So go ahead and do a couple more little short rides like that and then let him soak on that for the night. Go eat my dinner. Good. Now I'm just kind of climbing on him like I've been getting on him forever. Let's go see that horse. Let's go see that horse. Good. 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 So my kiss means don't stop walking. My kiss means don't stop walking. He's thinking about doing something naughty. Go ahead and bring him around to a stop. Ho. Good. Now, sometimes I wouldn't jump off him right then. Sometimes I would get that hoe and then see if we can walk off calmly from that hoe. But today I'm really just trying to find a place to end. And I don't want to have to fix something that I didn't have to get started. So I did jump off then, just because he appropriately stopped when I asked him to. So I'm not looking to open another can of worms. So we're going to maybe ride back over to that horse again. Oh, back, 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 over, over. Good. Jump on him like you've been getting on him for 10 years. Kiss. Can we bend back? He'll likely say, okay, yeah, I'd be happy to go to the gate. Good. Good. See if I can take him back to the mounting block. Good. Good. So I have a spot I want to go. Good. So I need him to understand that. I know that it worked out where you could just go where you wanted to go for this. Okay, maybe bend him back this way, and then tell him to hoe. Get a little bend in his head. Good. So I'm going to call that a good ride today. I'm over needing to do this a bunch of times today. I was able to bring him back someplace I wanted to ride to. That's how I hope any baby that I start is, because I did all the work just raising them, that the day we do this is just something fun we're doing, that we just added a different thing to our hope. He's leaving, but he's not even your friend. So my horse he was hanging out at the gate fence, and now he's walked off, and he thought he's going to go follow. Wait. No, I'm going to go around in front of you. Anytime you cross in front of a horse, put your hand on their nose so they know they're not supposed to follow you. When you walk across in front of them, you just put your hand on their nose so that they know that they're expected to stand there even though you're moving around. They don't have to follow you. Good. Oops. Hey, this way. Hey, this way. Good. Want to hang out for a second? Huh? You can smell this? It's got you on it. Yeah, it's got you on it. Oh, so do I, huh? I was just sitting on your back. We went for a little walk. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, that was fun. Thank you for the ride. That was fun. I was pretty sure. I mean, we've only walked off a little bit, but I was pretty sure that wasn't going to go terrible. Like I said, any horse that I've started from little babies, by the time we get to this stage, it's just something else I'm asking them to be a part of. They don't see it as something new and terribly scary and chewing on my head. What are you doing? Don't do that. Yeah. It's a good baby. You're a good baby. Yeah, say hello. Say, did you see me? I'm such a star. Did you see me? I'm such a star. I'm such a good baby. All right, so that's pretty much. I mean, I kind of raced through like the rein stuff, because I have done, like I said, I did some long lining with him, so he was familiar with, steering left, steering right. So I didn't have to spend a lot of time doing that. I have 3 more horses to be started, 4 if you count the one that my neighbors were talking about. So, I can kind of explain the long lining stuff maybe with a different horse, and then why. I mean, I went through kind of the basics of, don't bite my helmet. I kind of went through the basics of what, to your elbow means don't move your feet, off your body means move your front feet, and I did not do disengagement because he knows that from when I taught him to the mounting block. So I'm going to go put him back out with his buddies so he can go tell them what a good boy he's been, and I'm going to go eat my dinner. So if you tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you didn't tune in, as soon as I get this downloaded onto my computer, it's getting taken down. You're not going to get to watch it. So, I got Dewey hair in my mouth. All right. Let's go, bud. Thanks for watching. Say thank you for watching. I'm such a good boy.